Have you been struggling with FPS drops? Because you're definitely not alone. These performance issues happen every new season and they tend to get worse with each update. And the bigger the changes, the worse the performance issues will be at the start of a new season. Now, you're wondering why this happens. Well, it is because every season has new areas, textures, and visuals. The issue is your graphics card hasn't compiled all of this new stuff yet. And that's where you can get those FPS stutters, FPS drops, and even game crashes. Luckily, you can fix this because your GPU has something called shader cache, which will reduce the stuttering over time. As you play Fortnite, it compiles and stores shaders in the cache, so the next time they load, they do so instantly instead of being processed mid-game. So the more you play, the less stuttering you will have. After a few games or a few days, the game should feel much smoother, as all the shaders will have been compiled. Now let's go over how to set a shader cache limit to stop those FPS stutters. To set the limit, go into your GPU's control panel. Since I have an NVIDIA GPU, I'll right-click on the desktop, click Show More Options, and open the control panel. For the AMD users, I'm not sure if you can do this, so you will have to check for yourselves. Once in here, you'll find it in the 3D Settings tab under Shader Cache. It's normally set to the driver's default, which is around 4GB. I recommend setting it to 10GB. This is a good balance between performance and storage. If you set it to 4GB, you might experience more shader recompilation, which can cause more stuttering during gameplay. For the majority of you, if you have this set to 10GB and the game installed on an SSD, this is a great way to massively reduce game stuttering. But setting a shader cache isn't the only way to fix stuttering and FPS drops in Fortnite. Here are a few more tips that can help smooth out your gameplay. Tip number 1. Update your drivers. Make sure your graphic drivers are up to date. Outdated drivers can lead to performance issues, so keep them updated to prevent stutters and improve performance. You should be updating them whenever the latest version is available. Tip number 2. Check your background processes. Close any unnecessary programs running in the background. These can take up valuable system resources and impact your game's performance. To close background apps, go to the system tray, bottom right-hand corner of your taskbar, and close any apps you don't need open by right-clicking and selecting Exit. Tip number 3. Disable Xbox Game Bar. Search for Settings, then go to Gaming, select Game Bar, and turn it off. Game bar consumes a lot of memory in the background, so disabling it will help increase your performance. However, this doesn't fully disable it, but to fully disable the game bar, run Windows PowerShell as an administrator and copy and paste in the command I have in the description. Tip number 4. Use an SSD. If you don't already have Fortnite installed on an SSD, consider moving it there. SSDs load game files much faster than HDDs, reducing stuttering and loading times. Tip number 5. Verify game files. Open up the Epic Games launcher, and once you're there, go to your library. Click on the 3 dots next to Fortnite and click Manage, then Verify. What verifying does is checks for any corrupted or outdated files and repairs or re-downloads them if necessary. Tip number 6. Check temperatures. Ensure your PC is well ventilated. Overheating can cause crashes and frame drops. Clean out dust from your fans and reapply new thermal paste on your CPU. Just make sure your PC is cool enough to prevent performance throttling. Tip number 7. Disable full screen optimizations. Go to the install location of Fortnite, and once you locate your folder, go into Fortnite Game, Binaries, Win64. Find Win64shipping.exe. Right-click on it. Go to Properties, then Compatibility, and click on Disable Full Screen Optimizations. This will put Fortnite in exclusive full screen mode, lowering input latency and giving you a slight FPS boost. Click OK, then Apply, and OK again. If this makes it worse, you can undo the steps. Tip number 8. Disable hardware acceleration. If you use Discord while playing, especially on a low-end PC, make sure hardware acceleration is turned off. Open Discord settings menu, go to the Advanced tab, and disable hardware acceleration. The description even says, turn this off if you're experiencing frame drops, so it's not just me saying it. Tip number 9. Use the best launch options. Okay, for this next tip, open the Epic Games Launcher library. Then hit the three dots and click Options. These are launch options in Fortnite that you can choose to have installed. Uncheck Save the World if you don't play it. Uncheck High Resolution Textures to save space and improve FPS. Enable pre-download streamed assets. What this does is downloads all cosmetics to your PC to prevent FPS stutters and ping fluctuations during gameplay. Now, the last tip I have is to clear temporary files. First, hit Windows+R to open up the Run menu. In the Run box, type temp and click OK. This will open up the temp folder. Now in this folder, hit Ctrl+A to select every single file in this folder. Next, click Delete. Check the Do This for All Current Items box and click Continue. Some of these items might not be deleted because you might have an application open that's using them. If this happens, click Do This for All Current Items and skip those files. Now that you've cleared your temp folder, hold Windows+R again and type %temp%. This should open up another temporary folder. Do the same thing. Click Ctrl+A to select all, right-click, and click Delete. By the way, you don't need these files, and they are just temporary, so it won't break your PC. Lastly, head over to your desktop, right-click on the Recycle bin, and select Empty Recycle Bin. That's it! So that is how you can fix FPS drops in Fortnite Chapter 6. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.